A happy excuse finder, a progressive learner. Everybody wants to be a progressive learner, but each of us has got that excuse finder and also the progressive learner in us. The choice that you take determines your confidence, and both are connected to confidence. At times, it rises and it falls. There are dips and also rising peak. Today's video is all about identifying the excuse finders around you and within you. This will help you track your progress. My name is Renee Rose Matthew. I'm a CELTA certified tutor and also an author. I thought of creating this video because being a language trainer, I would like to share my experience, how I began this journey. It's not about just learning a language, but also being consistent. I've been into this for almost 6 to 7 years. When I say that, I also want you to be progressive. I also want you to identify the excuse finders. We are living in the digital era and we are blessed with so many resources on YouTube. There are different websites giving you free resources. You have books accessible. You can just name a book and you'll get it at your doorstep. And most of the books available in our country can be purchased as secondhand copies as well. It just depends on whom you approach. These are the most needed guidelines that may actually help you, and it can be a lifesaver. I began working on my language when there was no internet, when I didn't have access to many books also. I'm not saying that I was living in an ancient time where I didn't have access to teachers and good resources, but the only resource that I could rely on was books. And some of the books were not available all the time due to the copies, the availability of copies, and the accessibility. But at that time, I realized something. There were times when I used to face that dip, where I used to take life for granted, not working on my language. I've mentioned about that through one of my videos, but there was always a time when I used to reflect and work on it. And that is why I call myself a consistent learner. Being consistent is very important. It's not about sitting and studying for hours every day on a daily basis, but when you know that you are facing a dip, when you know that you are not pushing yourself from that comfort zone, taking that 10 extra minutes every day to work on your language, then you are a happy excuse finder. There are different types of excuse finders. The first one, the first type of people, the first type or the category can be whatever you want to call it. People who just say that I have gone to a non English medium school, so now I don't know how to do it and from where to begin. Of course, guidelines and mentoring is very important because today in the digital era, I don't think anybody should teach English. A language cannot be taught, but guiding towards the right methods and right reference points can definitely help people. And whenever people claim that I'm teaching, I am learning, and I'm studying, it's not completely right. You're guided towards the right methods, especially being an adult learner. I hope you can relate and you are able to relate with this in this digital era, especially when you have so many channels on different social media platforms giving you guidelines, you can filter. And there are a lot of people speaking about from where to begin from their own experience. Learners are there and also trainers. If at all you are guiding somebody as a co learner, these points will help you. I've done a couple of videos on where you can begin learning, from where you can exactly begin learning according to the level beginners, intermediate, advanced learner. And when you say, I don't know what to do and I don't know how to understand, comprehend this language, you have to go back. You have to really understand where you lack, or in the past where you were not able to move forward with the language. Was it because of the school? Was it because of the lack of teaching? Was it because you did not put any effort? It doesn't matter whether you come to me for training sessions or you go to somebody else, but it's all the effort you put in. Even after taking 100 and 200 sessions on speaking platforms or on conversational sessions, it is a bit difficult to comprehend that you are not able to understand the mistakes that you are making, especially with tenses, the simple past tense and the simple present tense. Just look at some of the conversational videos where people say, I was not confident earlier, but now again, they are literally making the mistakes because they don't realize that they're making it. I've done a couple of conversational videos where people tell me that, ma'am, I did not know that I had this problem. I've been taking a lot of conversational sessions and I've been working on conversation specifically, but I never knew that this was the exact area. It's not enough that you just speak, but you need to identify the areas. So when you say that I don't know from where to begin, actually you have everything on the platter. You just have to find some time to work on it. Just work on it and you will be able to identify. Do you remember the first time you bought yourself a phone, a gadget, or any accessory connected to the electronics world? Did anybody teach you to use it? Out of your interest, you began using it. So, motivation and confidence comes from the action you take. Now, you may tell me, ma'am, using a gadget is not similar to learning a language. One is organic and the other one is connected to everything that you observe and understand. I am specifically speaking about the interest. When you have the interest to learn something, you will find a way out. And those boundaries and those limitations will never stop you. I'm not asking you to sprout wings and fly like the supernatural heroes, but identify, embrace the limitations that you have, and then slowly work on it. Who is forcing you to work on it all of a sudden and trace the progress within 90 days? No, that's not possible. You are a human being and you may have different levels of comprehension, which is totally understandable and it is natural. It is fine. So, what you're supposed to be doing is when you're not able to understand the English language, instead of saying, I'm not able to understand this language, I've been into it, I've tried all the methods. Have you really tried all the methods? Have you really found somebody to guide you through it, a co learner or a trainer? Have you at least listened to the variety of podcasts available on YouTube and taken that time to write down at least three phrases? I don't think so. And there are learners who do it consistently. If you have been doing it consistently, probably it's because your methods are wrong. I've spoken about this through many videos, but still, when you push yourself subconsciously to be a happy excuse finder, then the next point, the next possible point is the behavioral approach, the approach towards learning. I know that most of you are ardent, you're passionate, and you've got the interest to develop the language skills, not only in English but also in your mother tongue and other languages. But what is stopping you? What is stopping you is probably the time constraint, but you can find 10 minutes every day because most of us, including me, waste a lot of time. I remember after my graduation, I used to reflect. Before joining my post graduation, I reflected a lot because there were days when I just wasted away. There were days when I just wasted and where I did not put the complete effort. But that realization helped me to give my best in the coming days. So, if you don't have that realization, if you don't take the time to reflect, if you don't understand where you are and that you are happy being an excuse finder, then you will never progress. When I read some of the comments for the videos and other videos on other YouTube channels, I can see many people just finding excuses saying that this is not our language, it is a foreign tongue. Definitely, it's a foreign tongue. It is a foreign language, and nobody expects you to speak like a native. But the effort that you take, the effort that you put in to just work on those skills, the reading, writing, speaking, and listening skills can definitely happen because nobody taught me all these things. We all learn a language as a subject. Even now in schools, because of the structure, because of the curriculum, except the international ones, most of them follow a particular structure, treating it as a subject. And when you treat it as a subject, you may not have the skills, you may not have the guidance to move forward working on it as a language. We all know that. All the trainers speak on it. But when you get the opportunity, when you get the chance to work on it, I think you can do it. You don't have to feel bad or find reasons to say that I'm passionate about the language, but I don't know how to go about it. Now, when you're passionate, you will not find the excuses. There could be some limitations, which all of us are a part of, being human beings and coming from different backgrounds, but definitely you'll find a way to work on it. And the last type is the dangerous ones, those people who criticize. They are passionate about the language. They could have been working on the language for a very long time. But They just find reasons to compare to others and say that I'm better than everybody, a sort of arrogance. If at all somebody wants to correct you in a constructive way, they will not do it in a very rash and arrogant way. They'll never do it. Okay. So there are people who are passionate about the language at the same time. They don't want to learn. They just don't want to invest the time because they are fed up, because they just don't want to find the reason, or to go back to themselves to reflect, introspect, and then find the solution. They focus on the problems. A couple of months back, there was a trainer who sent me a message through Facebook. There are so many people who connect with me, as you know, via emails and also via messages. But there was a trainer who sent an email in a very arrogant way saying that I'm from Calicut, I'm an OET trainer. I just want to be friends with you. So from our office, we sent a response saying that, of course, we all have a network of trainers and learners. We will let you know when we have conversations or when we have teachers training workshops. And after 2 days, this OET trainer went to the extent of sending me blasphemous, hypocritical messages. I have the screenshots of some of the emails here. But what is education doing to many people out there? Even if the person is an OET trainer, what about the people who literally take guidance, who seek guidance from him or who take pointers from him? The kind of emails, the kind of messages sent show that education did nothing to this person. The kind of frustration that he has got, where he takes the liberty to send emails using the language. Every language is important. Using the English language to just throw some words on me. At the same time, I get beautiful emails from different people from different parts of the country. I've done a couple of videos answering some of your questions and showing some of the emails also. But there are people who are hypocritical and ignorant as these. So you may think that people who are not good with language definitely take time for all these things. No, we have a lot operating in our societies and communities. This is something that you need to know, who just happily showcase that education did nothing to them. What is the meaning of education? It's something that literally changes you. It is supposed to change you, both from within and externally, right? So it gives you the wisdom, it gives you information, knowledge. It's a combination of everything. So using a language is definitely your choice. But at the same time, learners, people who are working on any skill, please understand that there are trainers, there are people in our societies, in our communities who happily project their ignorance and arrogance, claiming that they are the best or they are people who can guide others who can be the best. And I didn't finish this experience sharing. He went to the extent of sharing photographs and images from his Facebook profile, because when we filed a complaint, we got to know that he has got several Instagram accounts and several Facebook profiles as well. We are living in this digital era, and there are people operating from fraudulent and fake identities. As a language trainer, as a responsible YouTuber, I think it's important to spread the awareness, to show that there are people who can be misleading despite the educational qualification. If at all they are trainers, if at all they are into the educational field, it is important, because when we open the news channels, when we just read the authentic news also, students and learners, they're also tortured mentally and physically by the teachers, professors, and trainers. So I don't want any of you to fall short of guidance. Whenever you approach a person, you all are adults. Just be aware of the hypocritical aspect. In the blink of an eye, many people just sprout this overconfidence, underestimating others. Coming back to the happy excuse finders and the progressive learners, one quality of progressive learners is that they always analyze. They are into constructive criticism. They constructively correct others. Even if you're a learner, you constructively look into yourself and the others, and then you compare with, not to find the difference and to put yourself down or to put others down, but to see where you lack and where you can help others. And progressive learners never stop. They are consistent. They may have situations and circumstances where they may not be able to proceed further, like you would have heard of people facing unprecedented and unexpected situations in life, but they come back. They come back to the learning journey. They try to find out every possible way to work on themselves, whether it's sending an email, whether it's calling a friend, or just conveying something in your relationship. Today, most of the relationship face a backlash because of miscommunication. Gone are the days where you could romanticize love and relationship, and even the relationship that exists among families, between parents, between couples, among siblings, and all that. You have to observe, contemplate both the verbal and non-verbal communications, and that gives you the confidence. And progressive learners may not explicitly show progress, but they know what they are made of and what they have been through. So that is also part of confidence. Confidence is all about embracing that you have a failure, you have limitations, you have setbacks, and you're also a part of your past. Everybody is a result of a tumultuous phase, a traumatic past, unfavorable, and you can say unprecedented situations that were a part of your life. Maybe some of you are already into such situations right now when you're watching the video. Whatever it is, confidence is all about embracing, saying that you are a part of this body, you are a part of this beautiful, complicated machine, organic machine, because of all that happened to you, because you are a part of the past and you are embracing the present, and you have a lot of hope when it comes to the future. It's not about being anxious and clinging to the past, not allowing yourself to forgive others. So, it's not about clinging to the past and finding excuses and being in your complacent comfort zone all the time. You can take a day off, you can take maybe 1 month off and just go for a vacation to recharge and boost your energy and your mental health. But you will not continue to be there. Once you get the energy, you come back. You will come back. All of us do that. We just come back because we are passionate. We just want to develop our confidence, communication skills, and we just want to get ourselves moving. Because today in the digital era, we are used to the gadgets and we have so many things operating on behalf of human beings where life is made very easy, but we are organic. We have to make our brains move. It should begin thinking and not overthinking. You should use your hands to write down words, at the same time give some exercise to your muscles. I'm also a part of this, but I take some initiative so that I can work out, in the sense I can give some exercise to my hands, to my brain through language. I think you can do the same thing, and that will definitely boost your confidence. I hope you find some useful inputs through this video. Before assuming and before concluding, I'm so grateful that many people are finding the time to write down these guidelines. Continue learning and always identify the rise and fall with learning, with developing any skill in life. Happy learning.